You and a rich person are equal. Same human being, same brain, same 24 hours. The only real difference is what you have been exposed to. Think about it. There are opportunities all around us. A business idea that looked too simple, too ordinary, something you passed every day without noticing. Someone else saw it, acted on it, and now you look at them and call them successful. The opportunity was never hidden. It was always there. The difference is that they were trained to see it, while you were trained to walk past it. And listen, this is not your fault. Where you were born, who raised you, what you were taught, those things shaped the way you see the world. If you grew up in a place where survival was the focus, you were trained to notice problems, not opportunities. If you grew up where people constantly talked about business, money, ideas, you were trained to notice openings, to take chances. That's why Malcolm Gladwell, in his book Outliers, says success is never just about talent. It's about timing, exposure, and circumstances. Bill Gates was smart, yes, but he also had rare access to a computer at a young age, when almost nobody else did. That exposure made all the difference. Without it, the story of Bill Gates might have been completely different. Now here's something that might feel uncomfortable. Not everyone born into struggle stays there. You've seen this. Two people grow up in the same neighborhood. They walk the same streets, go to the same schools, maybe even sit in the same classrooms. Yet one of them makes it, becomes successful, while the other stays stuck. And if you're honest, you might have even thought, but I'm smarter than him. How come he's the one who got ahead? It can look like luck. Sometimes we tell ourselves, he was just lucky, or she knew the right person. And yes, sometimes timing plays a role, but more often than not, it's about how they think, how they respond to the same environment. They both saw the same streets, but one of them trained their eyes to see possibility, while the other only saw limitation. Carol Dweck, in her book Mindset, explains this difference. She talks about the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. A fixed mindset says, "This is who I am, I can't change. Life is unfair." A growth mindset says, "I can learn, I can adapt, I can grow." The two kids might face the same obstacle, but the one with a growth mindset sees it as a challenge, a doorway, a chance to get better. The other sees it as proof they should give up. Same environment, different mindset, different result. Another book that opens your eyes to this is The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley. It shows that many millionaires don't come from money, and they aren't necessarily more educated or more talented than their neighbors. The difference is in their habits, the way they view money, the way they make decisions. Some people in the same neighborhood quietly save, invest, and build wealth, while others spend every shilling they make trying to look rich. Over time, the gap widens until it looks like luck, but really, it was daily choices driven by a different way of thinking. And Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad ties in again here. You might grow up hearing, "Go to school, get a safe job." Your neighbor might grow up hearing, "Start something of your own, take a risk, build assets." Both of you are in the same place. Both of you are smart. But the blueprint you inherited makes you look at the same street and see two completely different realities. So when you look at someone you grew up with who is now ahead of you, don't fall into blaming yourself or thinking you are cursed. It's not that you were less intelligent. It's that the information you were exposed to shaped your mindset differently. And the powerful truth is that you can rewire that. You can change your exposure, change your beliefs, change the habits you live by. This is why T. Harv Eker, in Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, says your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Two people in the same neighborhood, same circumstances. Their outer results look different because inside they are running different blueprints. One is running a blueprint of limitation. The other is running a blueprint of possibility. And here's where it gets personal. You are not trapped by where you started. You are not defined by what your family knew or didn't know. If you've ever thought, I'm smarter than that guy, so why is he rich and I'm not? That thought is the proof you already see the difference. You already know you have the capacity. What's missing is exposure, the rewiring of your thinking, and the courage to act. So if you have felt stuck, if you have wondered why some people seem to move so fast while you struggle, it's not because you are less. It's probably because of who you are and where you were born. The information that shaped you didn't prepare you to see what was right in front of you. But here is the truth that should light a fire in you. You can change your exposure. You can change the way you see. Napoleon Hill, in Think and Grow Rich, said that everything begins with desire. Desire is the seed. The moment you start wanting something different, your mind starts opening doors it once ignored. Suddenly, you notice opportunities because your inner world has shifted. What you look for, you find, and what you never look for, you walk past. Let me paint this picture. Imagine walking down the street. On one side is a broken shop, dusty windows, old shelves. Most people walk past and say, "This place is finished." But the person with trained eyes sees potential. They see a coffee shop. They see a rental space. They see a boutique. Same building, same street, two different eyes. One saw a dead end, the other saw a gold mine. And this is what separates you from the rich. Not intelligence, not strength, not even luck. It's the eyes you use to see the world. So how do you change your eyes? First, by changing what you feed your mind. Books are new environments in themselves. When you read Outliers, you begin to realize that timing and practice matter more than raw talent. You stop beating yourself up for not being a genius, and instead focus on putting in hours. When you read Think and Grow Rich, you start realizing that every fortune began with a thought. A thought, not money. When you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you understand that building assets is more important than looking rich. When you read Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, you learn that your current financial life is a reflection of your conditioning. Suddenly, the door opens. You realize nothing outside is holding you back, except what you've been trained to believe. Second, by changing the people you listen to. If all your conversations are about problems, you will live in problems. If your conversations shift to solutions, to ideas, to possibility, your world expands. Exposure is contagious. Sit with 5 people who see opportunities, and you will see them too. Sit with 5 people who complain all day, and you will complain all day. Third, by daring to act. Awareness without action is just a dream. The rich are not necessarily smarter. They are often just quicker to act. They fail forward. They adjust. They take messy steps. You too can start. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Now. Take one small action on an idea you've had. That one step is how you train your mind to see and act again. Remember, the difference between you and the rich is not written in stone. It is written in habit, in exposure, in belief, and those can change. You are not trapped by your birthplace, your school, or your past. You can expose yourself to new environments, new thinking, new habits. You can rewire your blueprint. So when you feel small, remind yourself you are equal. When you feel behind, remind yourself you are just unseen potential. When you think it's too late, remind yourself success is built from awareness, not age. The next big opportunity is already around you. Someone else may walk past it. But you are training your eyes to see it. Now take this moment. Ask yourself, what have I been ignoring? What opportunities have been hiding in plain sight? Write them down. Act on one. Because the richest people in the world are not the smartest. They are the ones who saw what everyone else ignored. And now, so can you.